I'm Ms. Hancock, and today we're going to talk about adding positive and negative integers on a number line. The standard is 7.NS.1a and 7.NS.1b. So we're going to go right along to our work. So let's look at our first problem. Our first problem is 3 plus negative 5. Now, I want you guys to be really careful and pay attention. This is parentheses. It is not an absolute value sign. Absolute value signs are straight. These are curved. All this, the only reason that we have parentheses here is to separate the plus sign from the negative sign. It's just to separate it. So when we work addition of integers on a number line, we're going to always start with 0. So I'm going to put a dot there. We're going to go from start with going to our first term, which is 3. So I'm going to go from 0 to 3. And then I'm going to come and look back at 3 plus negative 5. The negative tells me to go left 5 spaces. So I'm going to pick up at 3, and I'm going to go to left 5 spaces. And that gives me negative 2. So 3 plus negative 5 is negative 2. So that's one example. We're going to do another example. So let's go ahead and get that slide pulled up. Here's the next example that we're going to look at. It's negative 5 plus 4. Again, we're going to start with 0. And we're going to go to our first term, which is negative 5. So I'm going to go all the way to negative 5. And then my next term says plus 4, so that's a positive 4. So we'll go right 4 times. So pick up at negative 5. I'm going to go right 4 spaces. And that is going to give me negative 1. So negative 5 plus 4 is negative 1. Okay, let's look at one more sample like this. You get the problem up. And the problem is negative 6 plus negative 3. Again, we're going to start at 0. We're going to go to our first term, which is negative 6. And then looking at the problem, it says plus negative 3, and that negative 3 tells me to go left 3 times. So I'm going to pick up at negative 6, and I'm going to go left 3 times. And that's going to give me negative 9. So negative 6 plus negative 3 equals to negative 9. Okay, so we have one more problem to do, and it's a story problem. So let's look at it, and we're going to read through it and talk about this problem. Jason's football team lost 6 yards from their starting point, then lost another 5 yards. Model the loss of 6 yards and then the loss of 5 yards in a number line. What is the total lost yards? Well, we know that lost yards, that's a negative 6. And we also know that they lost another 5 yards. So a loss of 5 yards would be negative 5. And we're looking for the total, which tells me to add. So the problem would be negative 6 plus negative 5. And don't forget to put your parentheses there. Okay, so again, we're going to start at 0. And we're going to go to our first term, which is negative 6, which is right there. And then plus negative 5. The negative tells me to go to the left 5 times. So I'm going to count over 5. Now, I've kind of run out of numbers there, but that would be a negative 11. So negative 6 plus negative 5 is negative 11. The total yards lost for Jason's football team was negative 11. I hope you guys have a great day. See you later.